Hey everybody, this is Coach Leanne here, and today we are going to go over a kettlebell deadlift. It'll help with your overall hip hinge and your ability to deadlift with a barbell or a trap bar. So in order to really master this, we need to make sure we are not making grave mistakes. A big mistake that people make is they start with the kettlebell too far out in front, and exaggerating here. Even here is still too far out in front. So what we want to do is actually have that bar go across our arches so that kettlebell actually sits in between our feet. Then on the way down to go and pick it up, we're going to send those hips back nice and far. Notice my knees didn't go forward. A lot of the times people are very knee dominant to go up and down towards the ground, but what we're trying to do is actually bend over, utilizing the posterior chain and the glutes, not the quads. So before I even pick up, I'm going to make sure my back is nice and flat. I'm going to bring those shoulders down into my body, and before I leave the ground, I'm actually going to create tension. So as you saw there, I lifted that weight and put it down into my feet against the ground, and all I'm going to do is push through the ground with my feet to stand up. Then the first movement, notice I didn't like lock my knees out super straight here, right? You can get to that point, but to start, keep the knees nice and soft so that your first movement is those hips back. Notice how I'm bringing the weight with me. Another big mistake is bringing that weight out and just bending over without the shift back. So to start, if you just want to practice moving back, that is your beginning movement. And then we go through, right? Look where I am with the bar going across my arches. Nice neutral neck, a neutral spine, and my knees are pushing out to make room for my body to go down. All right, so let's do it a couple more times. I'm going to lock those shoulders down, put the weight into my core, into my hips, through the ground, push through, drive and squeeze. Slowly bringing it back into the glutes, loading up. I'm all my glutes here. If I was here, I'd be in my back. So I'm pulling that weight close to me as well. Loading, loading, loading into my glutes, pushing my knees open a little bit on the sides to make room for my elbows. And I'm going to drive, squeeze through those heels. Again, shifting back, loading up, big drive squeeze. I also want you to take note of the last mistake I'm going to go over is the movement of the chin through the movement, right? So your eyes will direct your spine. If I look down, I'm probably going to roll with my spine. If I look really far up, I'm probably going to arch and use my back as well. So I want nice and neutral, and I'm going to look about 3 to 5 feet in front of me, and I'm going to keep my eyes there the whole time. So my eyes move, but it's not directing my head, and it's not directing my spine, anything but stiff. So I hope this helps. I hope this gives you a really strong foundation for being able to do a kettlebell deadlift, which will transfer to a bigger deadlift. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments below.